Hello students, today we discuss about your next unit, the second sex. This is my repeat lecture. So, the second sex presents Simone de Beauvoir's historical account of women's disadvantaged position in society. The text explains current theories that de Beauvoir disputes, summarizes her account of women's place in history, and provides alternatives for how women should be treated. The work contained 2 volumes, one face on facts and myth that de Beauvoir attempts to deconstruct, and the second on lived experience, in which she explained her take on how women actually experience sexism day to day. Within the first volume, de Beauvoir first focused on biology, psychological analysis, and historical materialism as 3 different flawed theories for explaining the female condition. She explained that none of these theories fully explain every aspect of a woman's situation. Biology cannot account for the ways in which society conditions people to treat one another. Psychoanalysis ignores the question of why people are driven by certain motivations to begin with, and historical materialism is too fixated on economic theories to recognize how sexuality and other factors play into men's treatment of women as well. The first part allowed de Beauvoir to establish what kind of exploitations she will be working against when she provides her own theories in following section. De Beauvoir then uses the second section of this volume to describe the history of women's treatment in society. She begins by tracing the way in which primitive societies already mistreated women and regarding them as inferior to men. She then explained how the advent of private property pushed men to institutionalize their oppression of women, who become regarded as property as well. De Beauvoir then acknowledges that religion also shaped men's treatment of women by giving them moral excuses to limit women. In her 5th chapter, she considered more recent period in which women's situation in society was slightly improved by the granting of greater rights. However, she concludes by pointing out that traditional system of oppression continue to this day in spheres of reproduction, sexuality, and labor. In the last part of this first volume, de Beauvoir discusses the way in which women are depicted in myth and understood in literary text. She began by broadly summarizing how women used to be thought of as ideals who represent nature and motherhood. However, she notes that even in adolescence, women were feared and objectified by men. In her 2nd chapter, she analyzes the work of several authors and philosophers who mythologized women in different negative ways. She ends this part of considering how these myths and literary representation affect women in their day-to-day lives. In second volume, in her, she considered women's lived experience. D. Beaver summarized a woman's formative years, her different roles in society, the ways in which different women react to their positions, and how the modern woman is beginning to reclaim a certain kind of independence. Her section on a woman's formation years summarize how a girl passes through childhood into girlhood and through sexual initiations, the ways that are more traumatic and limiting than a man's experience of these phases. D. Beavers also more problematically considers homosexuality as a phenomenon affecting women who reject the masculine sphere. The second part of the second volume is the longest section of the book and summarizes the many different roles a woman can play in society. It is in this section that D. Beaver presents her main ideas. Women are limited in every role they can play in society and are thus forced to adopt certain traits and coping mechanisms that have made them even more inferior in society. Because women cannot productive or creative, she gives herself up completely to serving men and children. As a result, however, most women are left miserable, unfulfilled, and temperamental. These ideas D. Beaver into the third part of this volume, in which she discusses how different women react to this situation, either by becoming obsessed with themselves, giving themselves up completely to their lovers, or devoting themselves to mysticism. Finally, D. Beaver concludes her text by arguing the gender equality between the sexes has not yet been achieved in her society, but would be beneficial for both genders. She described how the independent woman of her day still faces greater challenges than men do because traditional values regarding marriage, reproduction, and femininity continue in her. However, she also ends on the more optimistic note that if women are given equal opportunity, they can achieve just as men can. So, dear student, Simone D. Weaver want to present the discrimination of between men and women in our society. She want to expose how women endure the discrimination, and she has less opportunities than men. She says that a woman can prove herself if she has a great source of opportunities, because a woman is if a woman is strong than a man, but our society make her helpless. Women has not of freedom like men. A woman can prove herself if she has opportunities like men.